Welcome to Arizona Living, Your Life, Your Style. I'm your host, Rochelle McCrae. Today, we're at the Urban Farm, an oasis in the desert, where we're going to learn how to garden and grow our own food. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up on the show. Is your home's entryway lacking sparkle? The experts at American Furniture Warehouse have some great advice. Looking for a place to get out and enjoy the great outdoors? A hiking and biking haven is just a couple hours away. We'll take you there. And jump-starting your spring garden, we have 3 easy tips to help you grow some delicious food. All that and more on this episode of Arizona Living, Your Life, Your Style. We're here at the Urban Farm in Phoenix, and I'm here with Farmer Greg Peterson. This is your beautiful place. Tell me about it.
Well, welcome to the Urban Farm. I've been here actually 29 years, and I originally bought this place in 1989 to grow food. And the Urban Farm is my home. It's a third of an acre. On the property, I have over 80 fruit trees. I've got solar panels on the roof, rainwater and gray water harvesting, and the entire landscape is edible, or it supports edible. So we eat out of the yard every single day. Why did you start this? So in the mid-70s, I was in grade school, and I had this sense that there was something wrong with our food system back then. So in 1991, I did this course called the Permaculture Design Course, and it really explained to me how we could work in the flow of nature rather than against nature. And what I found over that time is that nature is amazingly abundant. You know, I plant an apple tree. There's an apple tree right over here. I'll get 200 pounds of apples off of that tree. It's like, wow.
That's incredible.
That is absolutely incredible, yeah.
Well, and it's important that we as people are educated. Why do you think that is, that people should know why it's important to grow their own food and how to garden?
So I believe that our food system is broken on the planet. It creates unhealthy food and unhealthy people. And my solution is grow your own local food. When you're growing it locally, it's in season, it's fresh, it's more nutrient dense. And I'll tell you what, if somebody grows something, they're gonna eat it. I look around and I think this could be so overwhelming because I'm not a gardener, but you offer classes for people like me. We do. And what I tell people is you start with 1 or 2 things and get good at them and then graduate to something else. We offer classes in gardening, in keeping backyard animals, in aquaponics. So much to learn. I may not have room for a garden. You know, our viewers at home maybe they don't want a full garden. Right. So if we could grow just one thing, what would you recommend? That's a great question. What I tell people is grow herbs. Herbs are the most expensive thing to buy and the easiest thing to grow. You can even grow them on a sunny windowsill. Greg, this is all such helpful information. We will be back with Greg a little bit later in the show because he's going to show us 3 steps on how to jumpstart our spring garden. I love to read, and even as a kid, I loved books. Kids Need to Read is a wonderful organization that provides books to kids in need. Check it out.
Hi, I'm Gary Mlodzik, Cox employee for 17 years, a volunteer at Kids Need to Read for the last 5 years. I was looking for something to do to make some meaning to my life. I've worked in sales for many years, always looking out for me and my family, and now it's time to give back. My wife's worked in the library for 11 years. I've always been an avid reader. Our kids are readers, so we found something that we could do as a family.
Hi there, I'm Denise Gary. I'm the Executive Director of Kids Need to Read. We provide books and literacy programs to children all over the United States, but we're located here in Mesa, Arizona. Most people don't know that there are children all over the country living in areas that don't have access to books. The stat is actually 32.5 million children. There's some areas, especially like the reservations and other really low socioeconomic areas that don't have libraries in their area. But sometimes they'll have libraries, but the people don't have transportation to those libraries. And as well, there's schools that can't afford to buy books, and some of them have told us they haven't been able to purchase books for 20 years. So a lot of their books are falling apart. Some of them have even closed their libraries because they're useless. So there are children everywhere that are in need of books. So that's what we're for. We're here to provide those books to these children.
If we can go in and get them some books and maybe open up some doors, open up some ideas, give them exposure to what's going on in the rest of the world, whether it be fantasy or graphic novels. Kids nowadays love nonfiction books. They thrive on reality. So whether it be talking about big trucks or polar exploration or whatever, the kids really seem to enjoy that, and it gets them reading.
When I read, I always get into character of that book I'm reading to the children. So you notice the pirate hat?
Down the hatch, me laddies!
When I read a pirate book, I'm talking in the pirate voice, and it's gravelly and it's bold, and and I get the kids to repeat and to sing those pirate songs and to draw them into that world. And that's how you spark their imagination. So it's not just a dry words on page. You're making that book come alive for them. And that's how they learn about other worlds, other experiences, other cultures.
Cox Communications has been so supportive of my work with them. My director, my team leader, everybody's like, hey, if you need time off to do this, we'll work with you. We'll do the best we can for you.
We love having Gary on our team. I just feel so lucky to have him, so fortunate. He gives so much to us, and that kind of passion, that's what you need.
We have to start giving back. We have to start finding a way to put a purpose in our lives to help others, bring on the next generation. You don't like what you see, try and make a difference.
Keep on reading.
Stick around, we have much more to come on Arizona Living, Your Life, Your Style. It's the first space most people see in your home. How to give your entryway a much-needed boost. And we'll tell you about an exciting event in fashion coming to the Valley. Spaces we tend to ignore when decorating our homes is the entryway. The experts at American Furniture Warehouse show us some great ideas to spruce up that neglected space.
Your entryway is an opportunity to make a great first impression while maximizing square footage in your home. This entryway has a rustic vibe with the warm color tones and the organic looking accessories. This entryway transforms into a girly, shabby chic space. With the use of different textures in the space and the distressed finishes, it really warms up the room and softens the look. A entryway is your opportunity to give a great first impression and to showcase your personality. So, what does your entryway say about you? You can create your entryway to fit your lifestyle. This entryway clearly represents a busy household with kids and pets. We've seen 3 unique spaces. What inspires you to create your own entryway? Let us know in the comments.
Phoenix Fashion Week is coming up in October, so to gear up for the event, we headed out to the annual Spring Trend Runway Show.
So exciting to be a part of Phoenix Fashion Week Spring into Style, and it's so phenomenal that I think a lot of the audience doesn't know is how much work goes into putting this together.
Phoenix Fashion Week is year-round. We have amazing events, fashionable events happening between seminars, runway shows, charitable events as well. This is one of those because we're all about fashion, education, and community. That's what sets us apart. That people can learn how to launch a fashion brand and grow a business. We're all about the business of fashion.
Spring into Style is Phoenix Fashion Week's spring event where we feature stylists around Arizona, and it is all about how creative and what they can come up with on the fly, and it features some very popular hot spring trends.
8 years ago, we had the idea to talk about and support and showcase the people behind the scenes, the stylists. They really make the runway shows look amazing, but no one knows that. So we said, let's celebrate them and then challenge them, bring them out to the front. And that's where it was born 8 years ago, Stylist of the Year. And tonight people flew in from DC, Minnesota, Chicago, just to see who the best stylists were in our city. Fashion in Phoenix is growing. It's an eclectic city we have, right? Everyone comes from different parts of the world. They live here, amazing weather. So we have an eclectic fashion scene, but it's super growing. A lot of emerging talent, a lot of emerging designers and models. And Phoenix Fashion Week is at the forefront of that, at pushing fashion forward in Arizona. 24 fashion shows from designers all over the world will be right here in Phoenix, October 18th through 20th at Talking Stick Resort, Phoenix Fashion Week 2018.
Phoenix Fashion Week is the leading industry fashion event in the Southwest. For more information about their October event, head to their website. If you're looking for a biking or hiking adventure, hop in the car and head to Prescott. We check out what Arizona's first capital has to offer. And time to start planting. Our expert has 3 tips to jumpstart your spring garden. My husband and I are always up for a good road trip, especially if we get to go outdoors. It's one reason we love Prescott. It's not too far away and there's plenty to do.
Prescott's a great place to visit because of all the outdoor activities that we have. There's something for everyone. You've got trails. We have 450 miles of trails. We have 5 lakes, 16 parks, and in those areas you can find all sorts of things to do. If you're going to one of the lakes around here, one of the 5 lakes, you want to do kayaking or canoeing, you can rent a kayak or canoe at the lake. Now if you're a little bit more of an adrenaline junkie and you want to do something a little bit different, you can go rappelling out at Watson Lake.
Prescott is an outdoor enthusiast dream. Whether you're visiting one of the 3 lakes maintained by the city or the Prescott National Forest, you'll find something for everyone in the family. The 450 miles of multi-use trails range in elevations more than 5,000 feet to nearly 6,700 feet.
Well, the Circle Trail has been a dream for many years. It's from the early 90s is when it the first concept came around. The Circle Trail is 54 miles long. It really goes past all our landmarks in Prescott. So it links, Thumb Butte to Granite Mountain, to Watson and Willow Lakes, and to Badger Mountain, where the P is, in Prescott, and then up to Goldwater Lake, and then back around to Thumb Butte. The Circle Trail is a non-motorized trail, so it's open to hiking, running, mountain biking, and horseback riding.
Recently, the city opened an additional 3.1 miles on the Badger Mountain Trail, and work has begun on the new Granite Dells Trail.
The Prescott Heritage Trail is an interactive, self-guided tour of our downtown historical artifacts, not just in the downtown actually, but throughout the city of Prescott. We're going to have over 50 locations where people can go and visit different sites and learn about the history of Prescott. We're looking at all different types of history. Well, people can start the history trail right here in the Visitor Center for the Prescott Chamber of Commerce. They can get a map, an interactive map. They can do as much or as little of the sites as they want.
One of the unique characteristics of the Heritage Trail is the hunt for history, the Prescott hunt for history. It's really more focused for children. It's to give them something interesting to do while their parents are here looking at some of our historic or heritage resources. They'll come to the Visitor Center. They'll get a map and some clues, and they'll have to go find the bronze statues throughout the downtown area. This is a way to inspire kids to learn about their own Arizona history.
The weather and the climate here is a world away from down in the valley. We have 4 mild seasons, and our average annual temperature is only 70 degrees. Depending on what you're looking for, if you're looking to get away, we can do that for you, and you don't have to go very far to do that.
We're back here at the Urban Farm with Greg Peterson. Now, things may not be growing right now, but it's the perfect time to start your spring garden.
Absolutely.
Greg, can you give us 3 easy steps to begin?
So the first thing you have to do is really about garden placement.
Okay.
You know, if you put your garden on a west side of a structure, that's going to be the hottest place to grow. If you put your garden on the north side of a structure, you may not get enough light over there.
Okay.
The best place to put your garden is on an eastern exposure. So an eastern exposure gets sun from sun up until noon, and it's the best lighting for your garden. Number 2 is building healthy soil. So what most of us have in our yards is dirt.
Yeah.
And if you try and grow in dirt, good luck with that. There are 5 components of healthy soil. There's dirt, airspace, water, organic matter, and everything that's alive in the soil. So the easy fix is to add organic matter, add compost, add potting mix. And number 3 is plant what's in season.
Absolutely.
So if you go to plantingcalendar.org, you can download a free planting calendar on what to plant when here in the desert. This time of year, we're planting vining crops like watermelons and cucumbers and peppers, and it's probably still okay to get your tomatoes in if they're large.
Now, where would you recommend that we buy the seed for this?
So it's not so much where to buy the seeds, but what to buy.
Okay.
So generally speaking, what I do here at the Urban Farm is I plant what are called open pollinated or heirloom seeds.
Okay.
So that when they go to seed, they make seeds that will be the same as they were before.
Okay.
That's as opposed to hybrid seeds. So growing here on the Urban Farm at any given moment, in fact, I'm looking right over there, there's parsley growing.
Yeah.
And I haven't planted parsley here on the Urban Farm in a decade.
Oh, wow.
I just let it go to seed every year, and it plants itself around the yard, and I have parsley forever.
So Greg, when spring is over, is there anything that we can actually grow in our garden in the summer?
Well, the hardest time to grow here is July, August, September.
Okay.
And a lot of our spring crops, you know, the vining crops and the peppers and eggplants, they'll last through the summer.
Yeah.
One of the cool things that we can try though, and we've started experimenting with this here in the valley, is corn. We can do corn in June and July, and wheat. There's different kinds of heirloom wheats that you can actually grow throughout the hot season.
Greg, I'm super encouraged. I'm so excited. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
And if you want to learn more about the Urban Farm and you want Farmer Greg's help, just head to his website. Coming up, with today's busy lifestyles, the idea of cooking dinner can leave you feeling overwhelmed. See how Papa Murphy's makes it easy to put a smile on everyone's face.
Get more great tips for enhancing your life. Visit Yurview.com for more videos from Arizona Living. Your life, your style.
Nowadays, life is so hectic, and sometimes you just want to leave the cooking to someone else. Papa Murphy's has the perfect solution.
Papa Murphy's is a take and bake pizza franchise. It started in 1980 out of Oregon, and what we essentially do is create your pizza in our stores and then send it home with you to bake in your own oven. And then it's up to you to just cook it in about 15 minutes. Comes out of your oven hot and fresh and ready to eat. So we use only the freshest ingredients on all of our pizza toppings. Our cheese is whole milk mozzarella. We also do a lot of topping cheese, which is a cheddar and provolone mixture, a smoked provolone. And then all of our vegetables come in whole, like you would buy them in a grocery store. We chop everything here in-house and slice it or dice it for your pizza toppings, including Roma tomatoes, zucchini, mushrooms, bell peppers, mixed onions, that sort of thing. We also offer premium vegetables like sun-dried tomatoes, artichokes, and fresh spinach. And then all of our meats are a butcher quality meat, so you're getting the best pepperoni, the best sausage. We have premium toppings like Angus steak and fennel sausage, as well as your traditional Canadian bacon, salamis, ground beef, that sort of thing. I think what makes Papa Murphy's most unique is that you as a consumer get to come into our stores, watch your pizza being made right in front of you with all of the best ingredients. And we are really pride ourselves on all of that high quality that you get as a consumer on your toppings. And I think that our dough is really unique. We make our dough in-house every day, so it's a very fresh pizza crust, and we can offer that to you in a thin crust, a regular crust, a pan crust, and so you have your choice, and you really get to, you know, make and create your own pizza that's unique to you and what your family wants to eat. So in Phoenix, we have 48 Papa Murphy's locations around the valley, so you should be able to find one fairly close to you, and you can stop in and create your pizza, make it here. You can call it in. You can also go to online and order at papamurphys.com, and then when you come in, it's already ready, and you can just grab it and go. So I think what's great about Papa Murphy's is, you know, everybody's running around, everybody's busy. You can grab the pizza, get home, put it in the fridge, and then when the whole family's finally there together after work and school and all the extracurricular activities that are happening, you can get that pizza in the oven, and 15 minutes later you're sitting down with your whole family and you're having a meal together. And that's what's so great about Papa Murphy's, because you don't have to wait for delivery. You don't have to, you know, have somebody eating a cold pizza. You're all there, you're ready, and it's like you made it at home yourself.
We want to thank Greg for having us here at the Urban Farm. But before we go, if you want some extra help with your garden, Greg offers plenty of classes. You can take them at the Urban Farm, or he has webinars. Just head to their website. He also has some great free printables on planning schedules and an urban garden ebook. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on Arizona Living Your Life, Your Style, where we help you live your best life.